Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Recovery is Effin' Awesome. I am Robo. Today is August 4th. Good Lord, it's already August. Hard to believe. Today, I'm going to take a reading from page 62. It goes over to 63 in our hymnal. I think this is kind of apropos from where I'm at today. Start at the bottom paragraph. This is the how and why of it. First of all, we had to quit playing God. It didn't work. Next, we decided that hereafter in this drama of life, God was going to be our director. He is the principal. We are his agents. He is the father. We are his children. Most good ideas are simple, and this concept was the keystone of the new and triumphant arch through which we passed to freedom. When we sincerely took a position, all sorts of remarkable things followed. We had a new employer. Being all-powerful, he provided what we needed if we kept close to him and performed his work well. Established on such a footing, we became less and less interested in ourselves, our little plans and designs. More and more we became interested in seeing what we could contribute to life. As we felt a new power flow in, as we enjoyed peace of mind, as we discovered we could face life successfully, as we became conscious of his presence, we began to lose our fear of today, tomorrow, or the hereafter. We were reborn. You know, it's funny that I went to the treatment center last night, and we were talking about this. Then at the 6:30 meeting this morning, we were talking about this. It's just kind of apropos that it's just people sharing the last couple of days. This kind of just pops in my head, right? We were reborn. That's huge. You know, I believe I was reborn May 7th of 2010. That is my grace-given sobriety date. You know, because I used to live in this dark, dismal abyss of a life where nothing was positive. Everything was negative and dark. You know, and then I made that decision to live a new lifestyle, and ever since then, you know, it's a new life. It's a new way of life. It's a new lifestyle for me. You know, there's a lot of people who go and they go to church and get baptized again and turn their will over to Jesus, and that's cool. You know, they're reborn. They get they're born again, I guess, as they say, and that's awesome if that works for them. What worked for me is a 12-step program by Alcoholics Anonymous. It is a beautiful thing. It has allowed me to do certain things today. You know, today I wake up with gratitude in my heart. Today I get to, I have a relationship with my wife and kids and friends that it is stronger than ever. You know, I get to live in the light and not in the darkness. You know, our group has a softball team. You know, I get to play softball even though I'm not very good. We just go out there. For us, it's not about winning and losing. It's about fellowship and just going out there, and having fun with it. Because we may be the only example of sobriety that some people see. You know, I get to go speak at treatment center. I get to meet a lot of men and women who, are just starting this path, so I can share my experience, strength, and hope with these guys, and give them maybe the strength that they need to stay sober, today. And because that's really all we got, right? I just got done speaking at our group tonight. It was I was humbled that Rhonda asked me to do that, and it's good. And like I told them, it's like I don't know if anybody else got anything out of it, but it was very therapeutic for me, just like this podcast is. But I will say all the feedback that I'm getting for the podcast has been positive. So I appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to me. I know that y'all got busy lives and y'all got stuff to do, and it's humbling to know that you guys are listening. Just past 800 downloads, which is far beyond anything I ever expected. And I had several people come up to me tonight after I got done speaking and said, that's very heartfelt. That was badass. It moved me. It was the best, speaker meeting I've ever been to. And I don't know if they're saying that because they believe that. I don't know if they're saying it to be nice. But I appreciate that sentiment. I share my experience, strength, and hope, honestly, from the heart, because that's what I got. I don't have to put on a smoke screen. excuse me, I don't have to put on a show. What you see is what you get. And I started out by saying that, I am very vulnerable, and I put myself out there to tell you exactly how I used to live, how I used to think, how I used to act, because if you understand where I came from, I think you have a better understanding of why I am who I am today. I will scream unapologetically, recovery's fucking awesome, because it is. This thing is working in my life. It's working in people's lives all around me. I believe that God speaks to me through people. And, I take my cues from the voices in my head, not the crazy one, but the good one. So take my cues from people who have more sobriety than me, and who are truly living this program. And you can see it, not just for the hour a day that you're sitting in the meeting, but for the other 23 hours that, any 12-step program prepares you for, right? Because it's easy to sit in there for an hour and not drink and not really worry about life and worry about all the nonsense that's going on in the world. But it's the other 23 hours that you're out there in it, living life, because we didn't get sober just to stay in a cocoon, man. We get sober and go out there and live life. But how do we live comfortably in sobriety, right? And that's the thing. We're better today than we were yesterday. And it doesn't really matter what it is. But that's my goal, right, is to be better today than I was yesterday. And I'm very thankful for my daughters to kind of push me into doing this podcasting thing. It's it's therapeutic for me. And if I reach one person, and if one person hears this, it's like, what, I don't have to drink today. It's really not that bad. There is hope. There is inspiration. There is a positive change that I can make in my life. And I can look at things in a more positive manner, in a more not so negative way. If I can look at things, glass half full instead of half empty, even though the glass is still half, if I can do that, if I can reach one person, right, then I'm doing a job good and correctly. And, it makes it all worthwhile. And again, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen. Everybody's got busy lives. We got things we got to do. But we have to take care of ourselves. And I like using this explanation, like when you go on a plane and the flight attendant is doing the safety check before the plane takes off, right? And they're talking about the masks that fall down. They say you got to put your mask on first before you help the other person put their mask on. It's kind of like sobriety, right? I got to take care of my sobriety first before I can even think about helping anybody else. Because if I'm not spiritually right, if I'm not spiritually fit, if I'm throwing a temper tantrum because some moron cut me off in traffic, how can I share any hope with somebody? I don't see how that's possible. So I have to take care of me first before I can. And my sobriety first before I can even think about trying to help somebody else. And sobriety is good. Sobriety is a gift. Today is a gift, right? That's why they call it the present. And like my friend Jerry says, when I wake up every morning, I better get to God before my brain gets to me. And that's so true. Step 3 every morning, make a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of my higher power as I understand him. And that's the cool thing about it, right? Because alcohol and drugs don't discriminate, and neither do we, right? It's all races, all genders, all sexual orientation, all religions are welcome, right? And we're on the same path. Our paths were different getting here, but we're at the point where we are now, and now we're on the same path, just finding out how to stay sober one day at a time and how to live comfortably in that sobriety. And that's really what it is, because if I was miserable, even though I wasn't drinking or doing drugs, why? That's no way to live. I can't live like a dry drunk. That'd be awful, right? Because if I'm behaving and acting, and the only thing different between now and then was the fact that I don't have alcohol in me, but I'm still acting the same way and I'm still acting like a horse's ass, what's the point, man? I might as well get drunk. At least I can numb out the pain. But today I don't have to do that. Today I live in a positive way. I try to spread a message of positivity, not negativity. I try to spread a message of love, not hate, of kindness, not harm. And life is still life, and people still get under my skin, and people do things that I don't necessarily find acceptable. But for the most part, if I'm able to, I take myself out of that situation, because there's very few people who I have in my life, just because I don't really, again, I'm not antisocial. I just don't like people, but I get to pick and choose who's in my circle, and I get to do that. I don't have to be ugly about it. I don't have to be hateful about it. It's if I want to hang out with you, I'm going to hang out with you. And if I don't, then I won't. And that's just the way it is. All right, guys, just wanted to pop on here, give a little quick synopsis of how my day's going. Hopefully give y'all a little hope and a little strength to make it through the rest of the day, and start off tomorrow on a good, positive, ass-kicking, gratitude-pissing note. Again, I appreciate you guys listening. I am humbled by all the positive responses, and I deeply appreciate it. I don't think that I can express in words what it means to me. It warms my heart, and it gives me motivation to keep going. Hope y'all have a great day. I love you guys, and remember, recovery is fucking awesome.